The mid-60s, sunshine mid-80s on Tuesday, and then same thing on Wednesday, more sunshine with a high near 85.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar is showing light to moderate rainfall across a lot of the 4 states.
64 in Diamond, 66 in Pittsburgh, 66 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
It's time now for the KIX Kids Pledge, being brought to you by Josh Meeker at Country Financial, and today we're featuring Maddie from Carthage.
We just see the flag, the United States of America, and to the for which you stand, under God and the rule of injustice for all.
Great job, Maddie. And if you'd like your kids to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, you can go to the KIX website, and there's a button there you can hit that'll tell you how to upload your audio.
We're just 17 minutes away from your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound.
And $502.50 in cash up for grabs to start off your week with.
Here's Chase Matthew.
On KIX 102.5. Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah, we had to start the video weird today because it's been another episode with the videos. It's like once every 2 weeks, I think, is the schedule, isn't it? It's about once every 2 weeks, something over here on this computer with this whole setup breaks down, won't work, falls apart.
Will you please move the TikTok chat?
Is it?
So we're vertical?
Again, yeah. TikTok is the worst. I really wish we did not do TikTok. It's I mean, how much do we really get off of TikTok, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like it's very beneficial at all.
Jimmy, good morning. Christy.
A huge pain in the butt.
Megan, Bryson, good morning.
I'd say probably 80% of our problems over there come from TikTok. Jen, by the way,
Morning,
just
Greg.
now was plotting everyone's downfall. I'm selling her down the river.
Not even on here for 2 minutes. We're already in timeout.
Yep. She was just plotting your downfall. How
That's
was
true.
everybody's weekend?
Oh, wait, it totally cut off your comment, Greg. All I saw was it's rough this morning. What's going on, Greg?
Let's go back to struggling to keep my eyes open, especially with this rain.
Christy stayed home, rested this weekend.
Yeah, I did not sleep at all last night, and I slept wrong. My neck is hurting. So about 4:15 or so, I realized I kind of dozed off, about 4 a.m. About 4:15, I woke up and couldn't hardly move my neck.
Oh, no.
So that meant I was like, okay, if I expect to be able to have any mobility at all today, I slept where it was hurting it, putting pressure on it. And it had mostly loosened up by the time I got up at around 4:30 or so. So
our human body's so cool. I'm in pain, so I'm going to be leaning into that pain and causing
Make it
myself
hurt
more
worse.
pain to feel better. Yeah, it's so cool.
I don't know if we're on TikTok. It says we are, but
I think we are.
I don't see anything.
No one's passing through.
Yeah, I'll just put this down here.
There we go. Last night was the first night I could sleep with my new pregnancy pillow because it came in one of those bags where they suck all the air out of it. And so it's just like,
So it's just like reduced
brick.
down, yeah.
And so I had to wait 48 hours for it to kind of whoop back up.
It took 48 hours for it to fill with air?
I probably could have used it after 24 hours, but instructions said 48. So I wanted to wait and test it out. So last night, and it was like sleeping in a little nest. Because it basically, it's like almost the whole length of me and then goes around the back where your neck and stuff is.
Yeah, I saw it. It looks more like a bed.
It is. And then like a dog bed.
Yeah.
And
So
then
does
you
it-
have your feet at the bottom just kind of
Do you
hanging out.
feel like it fulfills its comfort promise?
Oh, for sure. I slept all the way through until this morning.
Really?
Yep.
Well, then it's worth it.
Yeah. The only thing is I'm still having to finagle because I'm used to sleeping with two pillows. And then it was getting a little dicey there, so I added a third pillow. So I'm having to find where that level of comfort and firmness is with how many
Is it
pillows
not
we add.
enough and you need to add a little bit more? Or?
I don't know that I don't know. We're playing with it.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Chance of rain to continue with a high near 75. It is 66 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast in 15 minutes, and we've got your first chance of the week to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound in just 11 minutes.
$502.50 up for grabs if you can be caller number 5 at 720 and tell us what the secret sound is.
I'm about to lose my mind
It's Brett Eldridge.
on KIX 102.5. Yeah, it was a nice weekend.
It was a little roasty toasty yesterday sitting at soccer practice, though.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, and I made the mistake of, that is so weird that redness is now gone on the places I've been using on my arms. So I've been using retinol, and you're not supposed to get out in the sun with that. And I went off the deep end this weekend, cleaning-wise. You did, too.
Oh, yeah, I got a ton of cleaning done this. Like, we did everything. We did the walls, rearranged the living room, took our sectional apart to, like, clean between it and everything.
Tina says, I loved mine. My husband couldn't wait to get rid of it. Sounds like there's issues in the relationship there. 1.5 hour drive after no sleep feels like Russian roulette. Yeah, it does, Greg. Roll those windows down.
Oh, Greg.
Occasionally you have to scream for no reason at all. I've been there.
I heard we're going to get some rain. Say it's going to be nasty. I don't think it's going to be that bad, honestly.
It's raining. It's been raining here in Joplin since
Yeah.
about 4:30 or 5.
The entire drive in, it was raining this morning. It's going to be 75, chance of rain pretty well all day.
And then it's supposed to be back in the mid-80s for the rest of the week. So I would have expected a cold front to move in behind this, but it's not going to.
On Saturday, the chance of rain was supposed to be on Friday night, and it's now moved into Saturday. So
My
we'll
wife,
see.
she calls me. She goes, I thought you were predicting no rain. So it rained on Friday. She goes, I thought there was no rain today. And I said, obviously there is. I said, it's not going to amount to much, and it's going to be. She goes, well, it's coming down right now. She
Yep.
was in Springfield. About half an hour later, I called her back. I was like, is it still raining? And it was not.
And it
The sun
wasn't.
was out.
Oh, it rained all night where you're at, Jimmy? I don't think it rained all night here.
No, it rains all the time where Jimmy is.
Yeah.
So
It's that little cloud that just kind of lives over your
follows
house.
her around. She creates it herself.
That's true.
The robot vacuum has done such an amazing job on the floors, and everything seemed so clean at floor level that I decided I needed to. It pressured me. Peer pressure to clean the rest of the house too. So I went insane. I mean, pulling baseboards, cleaning behind them, pulling I cleaned the ceilings, which is something you rarely do, and they're dirty. And I cleaned the air vents, and I cleaned, like in the bathroom, the tub, the walls. I found that that orange glow stuff, which is mainly meant for wood, but if you've got a texture finish paint such as a gloss or a medium gloss or an eggshell, it makes it look like brand new, especially if it's in a bathroom where it accumulates stuff on the walls like hairspray and things like that.
Right.
It made it look like brand new. The stupid lights over the mirror, even the little, we have a sanitizer for our toothbrushes, even cleaned all that. And then last night I went into cleaning grout, tile grout.
With your little steamer dude?
No, I didn't use the steamer. I used a wire bristle brush and bleach.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so serious.
Like hands and knees?
Hands and knees, the entire bathroom floor. And it looks like brand new.
Yeah, I could go for a good toad strangling rain.
We're about there.
I've never heard it called that before.
Cleaned all the walls, all of the furniture, kitchen, and it's like clean. And I wouldn't let my wife in when she came back. She was gone over the weekend. I wouldn't let her back until she signed the agreement stating that she would maintain said cleanness for at least a month and a half.
That's kind of how I was this weekend, too. Anytime one of my children tried to leave something somewhere, or
we just cleaned
I was like, no. Let's pick it up. Come on. We spent a lot of time doing this.
Such a nice feeling, though.
It really is.
And the floors, we walk barefoot around the house a lot of the time, and you can tell it's a different level of clean.
Yeah.
And playing with the vacuum, I learned a lot about scheduling, about maintenance. We ordered the accessory package, which comes with more of the mopping pads, so I can swap out, clean those while keeping those on. I got the cleaning liquid in, which I wonder, this is a trap. How much of this am I going to have to buy over the next 2 years? Well, you get 2 bottles. They're about this big, little bottles, look like about the size of a Windex bottle. Mm-hmm. And you are to put a cap full into each 5 liters of water.
Wow.
That's all. I tried putting 3 capfuls. I thought, I'll triple that. And it left streaks. Mm-hmm. So it is very dialed in how much. I cleaned all that out, put it, and made a new batch with just 1 capful and had it go. No streaks.
Good.
And it smells amazing. And I got 2 of those bottles. They say the water, the liter, you change about once a month. Mm-hmm. That's 1 capful a month. These 2 bottles will last forever.
Forever. Seg. Morning, Kenda.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for cash.
We've got your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound right after Morgan Wallen.
On KIX 102.5.
The comments aren't working on TikTok. I think we just need to pull them up. That's it, Kenda.
Oh, yeah, that's all it is.
That's all it is.
I never know where to put it.
We were getting them.
Thanks for letting us know, though. Yeah, this is part of the whole reset thing with TikTok. About every 2 weeks, we're going to have to go through this.
Warpath weekend. If you wanted to keep it, you better put it away or went in the trash and you didn't dare walk in
right.
Yes, absolutely. My mom was also very particular about her clean floors.
Warpath weekend. What a great name for that.
Yes. Like my mom would go, she would vacuum the floors and then she would scrub the floor. Like she had a whole ritual for cleaning the floors.
What causes this? I mean, I know what caused it for me was getting the robot vacuum thing. Which, by the way, don't let me forget to tell you about the Amazon Prime study report that just came out.
I think a lot of it was probably nesting for me, if we're being honest. I don't know. I'm just getting to that point where I want to move everything around and clean everything and just get everything ready and nice. And also, we're hosting Thanksgiving this year, so I want to make sure that
you think it's going to still be clean.
That way, you kids. I want everyone to feel comfortable in our home, and I want to present something nice because not everyone in my family has even seen our new house since we've bought it. So this will be the first time.
I have never been there.
Right, Randy's never been there.
Yeah,
Dorinda's been there. Dorinda surprised me this weekend.
Yeah, everybody else, but not me. So Amazon Prime Days, they did a study from Consumer Reports on this particular Prime Day. We've known in the past that sometimes the price discounts can be a little misleading on Amazon. Amazon's way of combating that, because they do have a lot of third-party sellers. It's not just Amazon that you're buying from. Is they are now enforcing this thing called the price history. On Amazon Prime, you can go on there and you can pull down a price history that shows the price changes for a particular product over about the last 6 months to a year. And that helps you track whether it's actually being discounted or not.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem with Consumer Reports, they said they had examined some 40 different objects that were for sale on Amazon over the past 9 months in anticipation of the upcoming Prime Day.
Right.
They ignored the last one that happened in April. They specifically tracked it for this one. They ticked off multiple examples, like the Oral-B electric toothbrush that was marked at 39% off was actually the same price that it was in August, but it still said 39%.
Imagine that.
Now, the TV stand he'd been watching, it actually jumped in price to $379 from $275 the week before Prime Day. Now, it was not pushed as a big deal,
right?
But it suggests of how retailers are trying to take advantage of all the extra eyes that are on Amazon Prime. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for cash. KIX 102.5 at 7:18.
Chance of rain to continue today, a high near 75. It is 66 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast, tell you how long the rain's going to last in about 6 minutes.
But right now, let's see if we can give away some cash for the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound.
We've got $502.50 up for grabs.
And we'd love to give it to you if you can be caller number 5 at 417-623-1025.
And tell us, what is this sound?
Ooh. What do you think? What was that?
Ooh. 623-1025. Be caller number 5 and tell us to win the cash.
For the 4 states #1 for cash.
I love doing that, where I just leave her hanging there.
Yeah, thanks, Randy. Appreciate you.
I'm here for you all day long. Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 1, keep trying.
Hi, Morning KIX.
Caller number 2, keep trying.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 3, keep trying.
Hi, Morning KIX.
Caller number 4, keep trying.
Hi there, Morning KIX. Who is this? Hello. Okay, going on to the next
Hi,
call.
who is this?
Wait, yeah, you got to respond, honey. Who is this?
This is Kim.
Kim, where are you from?
Carthage.
Kim from Carthage.
You are caller number 5.
All right, Kim. We've got $502.50 that could be yours.
If you can tell us, what is this sound?
Okay, my 2 boys think that it is scooping dog food.
She says scooping dog food.
For $502.50, that is not it.
Oh, Kim, we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, though, making it $527.50.
And give you another chance to guess and win this afternoon with Brett James at 420.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Kim.
Have a great day.
I don't know if they're in shock or what when we answer and they're like,
Well, I'm glad that they're on board, Kenda. That's awesome. It's ASOS BioClean, right?
what?
Kenda's mom, her business, is now advertising through Zimmer.
Nice. Smart lady.
Very smart lady. I'm pretty sure I wrote their commercial, actually.
Oh, well, in spite of that,
I am very good at writing commercials, thank you. Yeah, that's what I thought, Kenda. We were scoping out their Facebook page, just double checking, making sure info was correct and all that good stuff, and I saw your comment on there, so I was wondering.
so the Amazon Prime thing, they did, it's more than 50 items that he bought and compared them with prices on Prime Day for like the same $14.99 shirt he bought in July. Was listed at the same price, even though it was hawked at a 25% discount, and on and on. There was so much of these. So the only way to combat this kind of behavior is with that price history thing.
But this was something that, I mean, you mentioned this a while ago. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, we got to go.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for cash.
Looking for caller number 5 to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound.
Kim from Carthage.
You are caller number 5.
All right, Kim. We've got $502.50 that could be yours.
If you can tell us, what is this sound?
Okay, my 2 boys think that it is scooping dog food.
She says scooping dog food.
For $502.50. That is not it.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, Kim, we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, though, making it $527.50.
And give you another chance to guess and win this afternoon with Brett James at 420.
All right, thank you.
Morning, Sarara. Morning, Adam.
Okay. Also, guys, we had a meeting with Lisa. I told you, was it Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
Thursday. She contacted me back throughout the day on Friday, letting me know that she had secured most of those locations that we were talking about and an additional,
Ooh, okay.
the funeral home. They have preserved it in its original. I don't know which funeral home this is or where, but there is one that had a drive-through because they talked
A drive-through funeral home.
the last member of the Dalton gang was killed. They brought his body and dumped it there. And anyway, there's a lot of stories and stuff with this that ought to be really cool, especially getting to go into a funeral home.
Yeah.
And they're going, that's been secured. So we will be able to go into that, and it's kind of museum preserved.
That's awesome.
And hopefully there'll be some bodies laying around and stuff.
No, let's not. No, I don't want the bodies. I don't like it.
I think that this year's Spook Tour may be one of the coolest ones. I mean, what looked like we weren't even going to have one now might be one of the coolest ones ever.
I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Lots of new stuff that we've never seen or heard before.
Yeah.
So I mentioned earlier, Dorinda surprised me this weekend. I was talking about wanting to get spider plants, and she surprised me and brought me one this weekend.
Nice.
So that was so nice of her.
That's how she is.
Yeah, it
I
is.
still, every time I open my bookcase door, there's that, I have the clown, Pennywise, is climbing out of the books
That's
in my
so creepy.
bookcase, and she got that for me. I had looked everywhere for that stupid thing. Couldn't find it anywhere without having to make my own and paint it myself, and I knew I couldn't do that. Somehow she found one and got it for me. Yeah, she's great like that.
She is. She is.
We are spoiled by Dorinda.
Yes, we are. So right now he's living in the kids' bathroom. Because I think that's where he's going to stay. He's going to thrive in the humidity and stuff in there and
That'll
just
probably do it.
live his best life.
So she also got to watch the movie Saw over the weekend. What's that face for?
I got to stop watching movies Sunday night before bed. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
And then Kyle will attest to this. He's like, just watch them on Friday. Treat it like schoolwork and homework and stuff.
Yeah.
Watch it on Friday so you have all weekend. And I'm like, but I've worked all week. I don't want to do more work and watch the movie. I'll
Is
do
it work
later.
to watch a movie?
Yeah, because I wouldn't be watching. I would not voluntarily be watching Saw if it were for it
You're
being
welcome.
assigned. I don't want to.
So
Oh, golly.
I did have, and spoiler alert, I had The Omen planned for this week.
Yeah.
Which is another iconic horror movie, about the Antichrist and everything, because I thought that's one of those way up there. But then Diane Keaton died over the weekend, and I thought we've got to do something Diane Keaton related for this. So while Diane Keaton doesn't have any per se horror movies, I think I've got the appropriate one for this weekend, which we'll find out on Friday.
And I've actually seen a fair amount of Diane Keaton movies. First
Yeah.
Wives Club, I've seen that. I've seen, what's the one where she has the baby? She's the businesswoman. I've seen The Godfather.
Who's talking? 3 Men and a Baby.
No. Oh my gosh, what is that movie now?
The Godfather's a big one. Annie Hall was her
Father of the Bride.
big. Yeah, Father of the Bride. Annie Hall was the
Baby Boom. That was the movie.
big launched one, I think, the Woody Allen movie. Which that would have been a good one to assign outside of October. It wouldn't make any sense to me to assign Annie Hall to you in October, especially expose you to the whole Woody Allen movie thing if you're not familiar with it, which you probably are not.
I've seen Zombieland. Does
That's
that count?
not Woody Allen.
It's not. Who is it?
No.
Wait, who's
Why
Woody
would you think Woody Allen did
There's a Woody in
Zombieland? See what I'm talking about?
There's a Woody in
Woody Harrelson.
That's what it is.
Gosh.
I had Woody right, okay?
Wow, I've got to step away.
There's only so many Woodies in the world.
No, there are
No.
a lot of Woodies, especially at
Okay.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Any more pickle thieving? It's kind of funny that you bring that up, Bryson. I had 3 separate people come and talk to me on Friday about that whole pickle situation. I don't know if word is just now getting around or what is going on.
People have a lot of time on their hands.
I know someone had been out of the office for a while, and so he came up and was like, hey, what's going on with your pickles? I was like, well.
Which is an interesting question for any day of the week.
Well, I'm sure you can imagine who asked me that question like that then.
No.
So, yeah. And then I had another person come up, and they were like, did you ever figure out what's going on with your pickles? And I was like, no.
Fun questions.
One person came up and owned up to it and brought me a jar of pickles. And then I had another person who came up and apologized that someone had been stealing my pickles and was like, if you ever need a fridge to keep your stuff in, you can use mine up in my office. And I was like, well, thank you. It was just very strange. I was like, it's been, 2 weeks now? Is that?
Yeah.
Something like that. And I don't know.
Well, it's clinically proven to function.
Why is that your new? Okay. Hold on. Back up. What is this clinically proven to function?
Celsius is clinically proven to function.
What does that mean?
It's clinically, it says right there in the name, it's clinically proven to function.
So in a clinic,
it has
was
been proven to function. Yes.
Okay. So everything is now clinically proven to function.
Yes. Either it is or it isn't.
It is, okay.
It's clinically proven to function.
I'm the new pickle lady. Seriously, that's so true.
Pickles, they're clinically proven to function.
I'm going to be like 60 years old and finally retire from KIX, and they're going to be like, bye, pickle lady.
She's no longer
Still gonna be the
clinically
pickle
proven to
lady.
function.
We're not going. We need another song. Yeah, and pistachios. That was this. Which I'm not eating those. I'm trying to decide if I empty the container and give it back to them or just like pitch the whole thing and call it a day.
Which what whole thing?
The person who thieved my pickles bought me a jar of pickles and then left me that little thing of
the pistachios
in a tiny mason jar.
Although, be careful. I mean, if you dump them out in the garbage and they find them in the garbage, they may make some assumption in that and then obsess over you and build a shrine, where they
you're making
cut out your
way
eyes
weird.
on all your pictures and everything in the basement
Is that the
with
vibe
candles.
you get from this person?
I just don't know the person, so I'm not going to make false assumptions.
Right.
I want to leave the room open to whatever might possibly occur. And they see that they didn't like my pistachios.
They gave me an
They
open
didn't like
container.
my pistachios. They didn't like my pistachios.
Well, come on, you give someone an open container of pistachios, and you've had one
regardless,
interaction with them
they
ever.
gave them to you, and you don't know what them seeing them dumped out in the garbage might instill in them. So,
they got to be able to see it in the garbage, though.
Which requires you to look and there they are.
We're a little late now, but I was going to say, just tell them you're allergic to them. I mean, I don't ever see this person.
Yeah.
That's part of it, is I don't see them at all. Any more baby name ideas? Well, we know what we're naming.
We
baby.
know what the baby's
Not what
name
Randy
is.
says.
No, it is.
Kyle
what
and I
my
have
name.
picked baby's name.
Hubris Wiggle Fritz Cahoots
That's not
is
the
the
name.
baby's name.
And
that
we
has
will
been
announce-
decided. There is no reason for conversation about it.
And we will announce baby's name when she's here.
It's already been announced.
Is he finally announcing that, Dorinda?
Announcing? What? There you go, Bryson. That is exactly the way it's spelled. That's exactly the name.
What? No,
Yes.
no.
You only forgot the WH at the beginning of hubris.
But yes, congratulations to Ty for getting engaged.
That was weird. It just changed scenes, and we were upside down just for a second.
That's bizarre.
Totally not surprised by any behavior that happens from this.
Mm-hmm.
Ty used to work on KIX
Really?
when he first came here. Yeah, I trained him.
I can't imagine him doing honor stuff.
He was on here, and he also was on Kissin'.
Actually, I kind of can now that I say that. He's actually really good with people.
He's right out of high school or hubris. That's right.
Hubris.
Which, imagine that on the back of a shirt. That's going to look so awesome, name right across the back of the shirt.
Oh, no, that's not just a ring. It's a dang old rock that she got. 10 seconds.
How do you do that on a radio salary?
Right.
In mortgage. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country.
I've got my Jen's movie rehab recap for Dustin Lynch.
For Dustin Lynch, you mean Saw?
Yeah,
That's
that
what
one.
she means. Here's Dustin Lynch.
It's KIX. I said after Dustin Lynch.
That's it. My Jen's movie rehab recap for Dustin Lynch.
After Dustin Lynch.
Oh, after Dustin Lynch. Dorinda, are you paying attention? I told you the baby's name.
Yeah, no, yeah. We
York
have a name
is
picked.
not
We're
it.
just not announcing it until she's here.
Yes, we have a name picked. Well, you're wrong, Jimmy. We picked Hubris, Wiggle Fritz, Cahoots. You guys, I swear sometimes you just don't pay any attention at all.
I think she picked Winter as the name. You will find out when she is here. I will tell you. But you guys all know it starts with a W, so you're
Duh.
well on your way there.
Hubris, Wiggle Fritz.
Why did you double W it?
Because that's how it's pronounced.
But you put a W for the first name and the middle name.
Yes. So you've got twice as much W.
WWK.
You were so intent on a W. It's done.
World Wrestling
Federation.
I was like,
WWC. It's the
got-
WWC.
it's Cahoots
it's
spelled with a K or a C. I thought it was
Okay,
with a K.
WWK.
So what's the K stand for?
K, Cahoots.
Well, yeah, but World okay. World Wrestling
Conglomeration.
Conglomeration with the K. You got 1 minute.
I've been watching this show. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I did not sleep. I've been watching the show
No, I'm not
Task
naming the
on
baby Woody.
HBO Max. If that's what it's called
Is it
now,
related to
whatever it's called.
Taskmaster?
No, it's a crime drama by the people who made Mayor of Easttown, which was really, really good. Kate Winslet was in that one. What's his name? Played the Incredible Hulk.
Ooh, Winslet. That's a W name. What?
Was in this one. But I don't know if it's over or not. Don't you hate that when you watch a series and you think, well, there's the ending, and it doesn't seem really resolved, and then they have another episode a week or two later? I don't know if it's over or not. I can't tell.
It'll be a surprise.
There was a new show on Apple that came out over the weekend, though, that was really, really good. Blew me away. It's the story about a U.S. Marshal in Alaska. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Chance of rain to continue with highs in the mid-70s. It is 66 in Joplin.
And it's 7:36. We'll take a look at 4 states news and weather in about 24 minutes.
And we're still getting you signed up for tickets to go see Dylan Scott in concert on October 23rd at the Shrine Mosque in Springfield.
All you have to do to qualify for these tickets is text the word tickets to 623-1025.
And you want to do it like right now because we're going to find out who that winner is in just 13 minutes.
So today's Columbus Columbus Day, which is a made-up holiday. Let's be honest, Columbus never really did anything.
So if you could invent your own holiday, what would that holiday be?
What would it entail? Yeah, 623-1025 to text or tell us your made-up holiday.
You can also tell us on Facebook.
But we had another assignment for Jen over the weekend which is where we assigned Jen a movie to watch over the weekend, because before she had come to work at KIX, she had seen very few, if any, movies.
And so anytime someone would reference a movie, I would just have absolutely no idea what they were talking about.
Just stand there with drool on her chin.
So every Friday, I'm assigned a classic movie to watch. I watch it over the weekend, and then I come back on Monday, and I rank it 1 to 10, let you know what I thought about it.
And it's, usually one that everyone else has seen. Like, during this month, we're assigning scary movies to her for the Halloween season. And this weekend, we assigned another one that, unbelievably, she had not seen.
So here's the deal. A lot of movies I just haven't seen because I'm just not a movie person. But scary movies, I intentionally avoid. I don't like scary movies. They don't settle well with me at all.
You're missing out.
Am I, though?
Yeah, because literally the shock and the awe that happens in the middle of a horror movie can affect the rest of your life. It can literally form foundationals for your behavior.
That's what we call trauma. That's right, yeah.
Whatever, life experience.
I watched Saw over the weekend, and I've got to stop watching these movies right before bed on Sunday because it never ends well for me. But that's what I did last night, and I don't know, man. I will say I did not expect the twist of how everybody that we met was basically involved in this.
Right.
And if you would have told me that, I guess like the puppet master, if you want to call him that, or like the guy planning everything, Jigsaw, was the guy who I thought was just... I don't want to spoil it because I'm sure everyone's already seen it, but like if you would have told me the guy that was Jigsaw, I never would have believed it. That blew my mind at the end of that movie.
So while there is so much gratuitous violence and stuff in the Saw movies, I will say in the original one, it's one of the best mysteries written that I've ever seen.
It was a great mystery. I wish more people were... There were so many times where it was like, oh my gosh, you have him right there. Just shoot him or just do this or just do that. And they wouldn't do it. And I know that would have just ruined the movie that way. But it's like, come on. Like if someone is sitting there threatening your kid and you have the opportunity to like take him out, like, holy cow, like do it. And this movie, I did not care for it. It was not.
Oh, come on.
It was unsettling.
You did too.
No, I really didn't.
She's going to now go watch the rest of the franchise.
Hard pass. Super hard pass. At least with Rosemary's Baby, I felt like the acting was really good. The story was crazy.
You didn't like the acting?
I mean, it was okay. Some of it was just like
campy,
rolling my eyes, a little over the top. I'm like, okay, guys, I get it. Chill out. So I'm going to give this one a 7.5.
7.5. That's still higher than I expected you to give it.
Really?
I'm always surprised at the ratings that you eventually come back with for horror movies.
It's hard because I have to like pull myself out of the mindset of like, I don't like horror movies. I don't like watching this. This is really uncomfortable for me. And think of, is it well written, though? Is it an interesting story? Is the acting well done?
But I think if we went back over all the horror movies you've seen, and there have been quite a few, I'd say a large, probably 60 to 70% of them, you've actually said, this was really good.
Not for this one, though.
Okay, not Saw. But we will have another October Halloween movie assignment for this Friday.
For Jen's Movie Rehab.
On the 4 states, #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. I was like, what?
Yo!
Morning, Big Dave. Hi, Kenda. Have a good one. Oh, Dave likes Task. He says it's really good.
I do, too. But is it over? Did you watch the new episode last night? I did. And it feels like it may be over.
Mm-hmm. I will say, Sarara, Renly's one that we have, it's on the list.
But that's not the name. Get over that.
Morning,
I did watch the BTK Killer's Daughter thing.
Ooh, what'd you think of that?
It was a good recap over the whole thing. Mm-hmm. One of the frustrating things about BTK Killer is trying to find copies transcribed where you can read them. Copies of his letters. It's very difficult to find.
Really?
I had to look online for about half an hour to find just a few. And there's descriptions of them that even has a few quotes, but to find an actual one where you can read it, I had to finally go on Reddit before I finally
Did he
found
write or type them, or did he do the cut out all the letters and things? I feel like he did the letters and things, right? No?
No. In fact, it was his communication with the media and with law enforcement that eventually got him
Right,
caught.
toward the end, yes.
So, hold on. Hi there, Morning Kicks.
Morning.
Hey,
Dustin.
What's going on?
How was your weekend? Good. What can we do for you today? Yeah, I think we might be able to swing that for
We'll
you.
get it on for you, buddy.
Thanks for calling, friend. Bye-bye.
So, anyway, his communication started in 1974 when he killed the original family. What was their name? O'Cole family, whatever.
I can't remember.
He went in. It was a family of 7. They were Hispanic. He killed the mom and the dad and 2 kids. The other 5 kids were not there at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they initially, law enforcement had no clue who had done it or whatever, and the investigation was going on. They accused these 2 pedophiles. They weren't registered because at the time there was no registry for pedophiles, but these 2 known pedophiles that lived together, did their kinky stuff together anyway, they accused them of it, and the guys confessed to it, to killing them.
Right.
And so they were like, case closed. We figured out who did it. Well, he handwrote a letter,
Yeah, because he did not like that.
No, and he gave vivid descriptions of what had happened, what was at the crime scene that no one else could have known. So they had to let the pedophiles go. They realized they had the wrong people. And he referred to himself there first as the BTK, bind, torture, kill, or born to kill. He referred to himself numerous times and had that whole B line through it with the arrow K, that he used symbol, and said he would be carving that on the next victim. Well, he went on to kill another 3 people between 1974 and 1977. Over the next 2 years, he killed another 3 victims, and he wrote into the media for each one of those.
Right.
And then stopped. Didn't do another thing until 2004. So everybody assumed that he was either dead or in prison for something else.
Right.
And that nothing had happened. Well, the reason he gave for the big delay was parenting. It was too distracting. He had too much going on in his life. And he was busy. He was a scoutmaster. He was the president of the local church, like a deacon. Then all the kids' activities. He was the animal control officer in that area. He was in, what's the name? Parker. What was the name of the town? It's not Wichita, actually. It's north.
It is Park City?
Park City. Park City's where he's from. And then he started killing again. And he had lost his job at the airplane plant.
Boeing? Or
Was it?
Cessna?
Cessna. He had lost his job at Cessna.
Hold on. We got to call the winner.
Okay. While you're picking, I'll go
Already
ahead.
picked. I'm
Okay.
waiting on you.
So anyway, I will tell you what was unique about this particular.
Did they give the daughter's perspective?
Oh, it's nonstop.
Okay.
She's the one telling the
Okay.
story for the most part. Now, when they go back and tell about the other events happening, they intermingle her with that. But it is primarily focused around the daughter, her experiences, especially once they catch him. They have to educate the audience on who BTK was and how they got to this point. And so it's like episode 4 or 5 before you really get to the integral part of her story.
Yeah. And this is on what streaming channel?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix. Okay.
So hold on, I'll come back and I'll tell you what that's all about. Wait a minute. Where is this phone number from?
I don't know.
Can you look her up and see? Because I don't know that that's...
Oklahoma, it says. Northeast Oklahoma.
Northeast? Okay.
It's either 918 or this one.
I've just never seen that before. Okay, here we go. All hail Renee. Wait a minute. Her name's Renee Hale? Renee!
Yes.
What the hell, Renee?
What the hell?
What the hell, Renee Hale?
Hail, Renee.
Hail,
Renee.
Hail, Renee.
Renee, it's Randy and Janet Morning Kicks in case you accidentally thought it was the IRS or someone calling like that.
And we just wanted to call and let you know that you have just won tickets to go see Dylan Scott in concert.
He's going to be at the Shrine Mosque on October the 23rd, and you've got tickets.
Just tell Sue's a Four States Concert Connection.
One more time.
Just tell Sue's a Four States Concert Connection.
KIX 102.5.
All right, Renee, we got to get some info from you. Thank you for having such a fun name.
Yeah.
What the hell, Renee?
All right. Renee.
I hope everybody gets that.
Right. Let's see. Can I get your birthday, please?
925-85.
And the last thing I need is your street address.
Yeah, your whole mailing
Yes.
address.
All right. Are these tickets in-house, Randy?
I believe they are going to be in-house. It would say on there somewhere. And I can't go look because I'm editing right now, but I'm pretty sure they were sending them to us.
It says electronic transfer.
Okay. So these tickets are going to be emailed to you by the end of the week, probably, definitely by Monday of next week. So be watching your email inbox for an email from National at ZRI Marketing. Okay?
Okay.
And it could go to your spam folder, so be sure and check there. If you don't see them by next Monday afternoon, I'd be calling our business office at 624-1025, and they'll check into that for you.
Perfect. Do you have my email address?
We have mowe.renee@gmail.com.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay.
So we should have everything that we need, and just keep an eye out in your email.
All right. Congrats, Renee. Thanks.
Enjoy the show. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, so we should be good to go, I think. Let me check this. Hail, Renee!
What the hell?
Renee! She just says.
Uh-huh.
Hail, Renee! Hail, Renee!
That's-
Hail,
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, let's shut her up there. Renee, it's
I'm
Randy
so
and Janet
excited.
Morning.
I'm so excited!
Renee, it's Randy and Janet Morning Kicks in case you accidentally thought it was the IRS or someone.
And we just wanted to call and let you know that you have just...
Turn her laugh down a little bit.
And we just wanted to call and let you know that you...
And you've got tickets. Okay, yeah, we're good. So anyway, the story talks about, when he started killing again, they believe he was in a depression. But let me tell you, I mean, he was the sick monster. He often said, if it wasn't for my family and all the distractions I had, I would have killed so many more people. That he wanted, he started leaving them communications in cereal boxes. So he would send a postcard to the news media outlet saying, out on County Road such and such next to a sign, there's a message. And they would go out there and there'd be a cereal Post Toasties box. And inside would be a Barbie doll naked with stuff drawn on its body and a noose around its neck, inside. Stuff like that. He was doing just taunting, messing with them. But he had murder kits in his house. All through the house that they found, later. And out in the garage.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean a murder kit?
Murder kit, duct tape, rope, handcuffs, knives, blindfolds, things like that, and a mask for him to wear.
Already packed up and ready to go.
Ready to go. He had 2 or 3 of them in the house, up in the closet. She goes, I remember seeing those, and there'd be the daughter, talking about how she remembers seeing a bowling bag. Dad never bowled. We never went bowling, but there's a bowling bag up there. They never looked, never checked into, never thought. Out in his storage shed out behind the house, he had kept stuff from all of the victims. He had like 4,000 different items, underwear, pictures, jewelry, things that had touched them. The first initial letter talks about this demon that he has in his head that is growing larger and how he can't deny it, and so it will grow and
here we go.
Things like that. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 7:52.
Chance of rain to continue with highs in the mid-70s. It is 66 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at 4 states news and weather in just 11 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, because it's Christopher Columbus Day, which is basically just a made-up holiday anyway.
I think it ought to be changed to Indigenous Peoples Day. It needs to be changed to that because Columbus Day is a made-up holiday.
But if you could make up your own holiday, like Columbus Day, what would yours be?
Yeah, what would your made-up holiday be? Whatever it might entail, you can tell us about at 623-1025.
I just thought of a genius one. I want a holiday whenever it rains, you can sleep in and work cannot do anything to punish you for it.
What would you call it?
That's the holiday.
Okay, what would you call it, though?
Rainy sleeping holiday.
You know what I would call that?
What?
I would call it the Twisted Bread Tie Day.
What? Why would twisted bread tie?
Because it would make people ask, what is this?
Oh, God.
And you could then...
So what would your made-up holiday be? 623-1025 to call or text.
But we got to call our winner. We're giving away Dylan Scott tickets all this week to his show coming October 23rd at the Shrine Mosque.
You ready to call? I think our system's got our winner for us.
Okay, wait a minute. What? Is this her name?
Yeah, right there.
Her name is Hale. Her last name is Hale.
Yeah.
Renee Hale.
Renee Hale.
What the Hale? Wait a minute. Oh. Wait a minute. Her name's Renee Hale? Yeah, I'm making sure.
Oh,
Renee!
yes!
What the hell, Renee?
What the hell?
What the hell, Renee Hale?
Hale, Renee!
Hale,
Renee! Renee, it's Randy and Janet Morning KIX in case you accidentally thought it was the IRS or someone calling like that.
And we just wanted to call and let you know that you have just won tickets to go see Dylan Scott in concert.
He's going to be at the Shrine Mosque on October the 23rd, and you've got tickets.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Just tell us who's a 4 States concert connection.
KIX 102.5.
Did she fart? Anyway, the way they caught him was in his correspondence, he had switched to a typewriter from handwritten notes at the very end of the 1970s, 77. He had switched to a typewriter. And he was using a typewriter when he began communicating with them again in 2004. And then he literally wrote to them with the typewriter saying, I've realized that you could possibly identify me from my handwriting. And they had a handwriting analyst on here talking about while you could tell that they knew that he had disguised his handwriting, maybe even writing with his left hand at times. Mm-hmm. When he would get to writing about the things he had done, and describing the crime scene, his writing would get very sporadic. You could tell he was excited. They showed one of the letters on TV one night, and his wife, the only thing she ever commented that ever indicated anything was she goes, the BTK guy writes just like you do. That was all, ever, in all their years of marriage, that ever. She did not believe when they first came and told her, your husband's a BTK, he's been arrested, blah,
right.
blah, blah, and they did the search warrants on the house. She didn't believe. Nobody did. Nobody did. So you may think, what a naive ninny. No, the entire city was fooled. Everybody in Park City was fooled. The entire neighborhood, they're like, what? Nobody. Mm-hmm. So he wrote to them and said, I realize that you can track. He had seen a documentary on how they had got this guy based on the typewriter he had used, a kidnapping guy who'd written ransom notes using a typewriter. And they could tell the font, what type of typewriter it was. And they searched for sales in that area, and they got like 1,000 of them, and they went through them. The FBI went through them one by one until they narrowed it down to, who the suspect, and they caught the guy that way. So he said, I realized this could get me caught. So I would like to be able to send you communication, because they were wanting to encourage the communication with him. They realized that's how they were going to catch him. By floppy disk.
Mm-hmm.
So the little 2.5 hard disks, that they had back then. He said, now, be honest with me. And literally the letter says, be honest. Would this get me caught? Would you be able to catch me through this? Be honest. And he had them leave a response in the personal ads that said, Rex, no, Rex, it will be okay. That's what he wanted. And so, of course, they did that. Well, he sent that to the news media, who gave it over to the FBI. The FBI, of course, sent their computer guy. They checked the metadata on the disk of where it was created. Turns out it was created at Christ Lutheran Church there in Park City, where he was a member and a senior deacon at. And they were also able to see when it was created. And they went and checked the logins at the computer stations and found that a guy named Dennis had done that. Well, that wasn't enough for them. They wanted to make sure before they did the arrest. They wanted to make sure they had the guy. So they knew his daughter was went to school at K-State. So they went and checked the medical records there, and sure enough, she'd had a pap smear. So they got that and did a DNA test on it, and it proved, based on the DNA that they had from the crime scenes and that she was the daughter of the BTK killer. And then they went and arrested him. And at first he was in denial. They have the interrogations there, and then they have him talking about the murders and him, they have the actual interrogation recordings that they show a lot of. The thing with her, the shock that she went through after that and how it destroyed their life. I mean, forevermore, she will be known as the BTK killer's daughter.
Yes.
That's all she is. She has no identity separate from him and has struggled to live with that. It's gone through depression, suicide attempts, things like that. She's totally estranged from her mother. She still loves her dad. And during the filming of this documentary, she's working with Osage County's Sheriff's Department on the possibility of there being other murders that he had not claimed to. They also show there was no trial because he pled guilty, but there was an extended, it was like a week-long deal where they allowed the victims to come in. He addressed the court. The victims all got to address him. They show a lot of that.
And then also during that time, he in detail explained what happened.
In front of everyone. He was so proud of it. In front of the victims' families and everything.
If you've never seen him talk about it, it's very unsettling. He's just so
matter of fact.
Proud.
About it. You can see a certain pride, because he would talk about, and then I realized this, and I would have to do, and it's a lot of I in there.
Would you move the mouse for TikTok real quick, please?
So, during the filming of this documentary, oh my gosh, TikTok, I hate your guts. That was more off the second time. It just wants you, it randomly makes you do it twice. Anyway, they were checking into the possibility of these other murders. Some of them had happened in areas where she remembered that they had spent a lot of time camping, hiking together. They did a lot of outdoorsy things together. And so she thought possibly, some of them look like the BTK killer MO. So she agreed. No one can have access to him, not law enforcement or anyone, only family. And family has never had any communication. So for 18 years, she has not spoken to her father in any way, form, or anything. She had they'd written letters back and forth at the very beginning until she began to realize he really did all this.
Right.
So they agreed, and she went and talked with him. Now, they don't show that, but she describes it, and they kind of recreate it without showing faces, And she talked about how she began to ask him questions about this, and he began to get irritated. Why can't we just have a father-daughter time? Why can't we just create memories? Why do we have to do that? He begins to rant. She said, whoever this was not my father. This was that thing, and it had taken over. You could tell. So all during this, I'm digging a little bit, trying to find these letters, and I realize there are people that have been in communication with him online, and not They weren't communicating online. They were writing letters back and forth. And they have his letters. So on Reddit, you can find things where people have written to. And his narcissistic, psychopathic disorder is very obvious all throughout these other letters.
We got to go. A chance of rain to continue with highs reaching 75, clouds in mid-60s tonight. Sunshine mid-80s for Tuesday, and then a lot of the same on Wednesday. More sunshine with a high near 85.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar's been showing some light rain all across the 4 states. Heavy clouds for everyone else.
65 in Seneca, 66 in Pittsburgh, 66 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
So since today is a made-up holiday, Columbus Day, we're wanting to know if you could make up your own holiday.
What would it be? What would it entail? What would we celebrate?
623-1025 to text or tell us yours.
Or tell us on Facebook.
Here's Parmalee.
It's the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. So, yeah, I recommend it. I watched it on Saturday afternoon, I think. When I wasn't cleaning, I watched that. So I was able still to clean the entire house and have time to watch that. It was not tedious. And I would recommend watching it. It's pretty good. And it shows, there's another show that is even more obvious into the psychopathic disorders, and that is Psychopaths. This is on HBO Max. And I think there's like 9 seasons of this. I went in watching it thinking it was a new show, and last night or yesterday afternoon when I was watching it, I realized, oh my gosh, there's 9 seasons of this stupid show. And each one, they take a different psychopath, show them being interrogated. It will turn your stomach.
Yeah, Sarah says, I don't need to watch it now. I'm okay with that.
These people are not human. They are not like everyone else. Hi there, Morning KIX.
How we doing this morning?
Good. What would your holiday be?
Literary Hero Day.
Literary Hero Day?
Okay, so what would that be?
For like authors?
That would be like, like heroes in a book or in a comic book or in a magazine. Or
Oh, so you could...
that was written.
So like Atticus Finch, we could celebrate him.
Go ahead.
Like Atticus...
Anyway, I would do like a comic book or a big book like Atticus Finch and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah. So anybody from a book could be celebrated on that day.
Exactly.
I like that.
Dress up as your hero.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
I think it's a good idea.
Thanks for calling.
Have a good one.
You bet.
So, yeah, on that show, if you want something scary to watch during Halloween, go watch that show, Psychopaths. It's chilling. They had one I watched last night about a 14-year-old boy who was already a psychopath. And he lured his best friend to the boys' bathroom at school, cut his throat, and stabbed him to death. And the boy, he picked him because he was smaller and knew he couldn't resist. And then lured another boy to the other bathroom and did the same with him. And what's amazing is they start this show showing him 12 years later. So he's 26 now. And he's, at that time, I forget what state this was in, but the state decided somewhere along the line that they would no longer allow life sentences for minors. Mandatory. And so they were reviewing his case, and he got a new trial. And he was crying in front of everyone, realized it took him 12 years to realize what he had done was wrong, and everything. And the prosecutor is just coldly accusing him of faking and everything. And you don't realize why until the end. She had gone back through his personal phone calls with a girlfriend that he had, and he's laughing at how he's going to fool all of them, and he's going to practice crying this weekend. She goes, "You didn't think I was smart enough to go back and listen to your phone calls."
Wow.
He was charged with another life sentence. Yeah, thank goodness. But he was totally faking. She's like, "I don't see any tears. Are those tears? You've not wiped your eyes once." I'm like, man, the woman is cold, but she was right.
Yeah, they record all those phone calls in jail.
And they warn you on every single one. If you ever gotten a call from someone at jail, this phone call is being recorded from the correctional facility, So I watched some more of those, and then I watched this new movie called Substance
I haven't heard of that one.
It's a brand new movie. It was. It's made its debut at the Cannes Film Festival and was highly reviewed. And Demi Moore stars in it.
Okay.
And I can't remember the name of the other girl. So it's the story about this. I guess she's an aerobics instructor on a TV show, but she's aging. She's now hit 50. And the TV or the network is trying to get rid of her.
Right.
But she's so iconic, has so much heritage, it's become a problem. So they're trying to phase her out, and they're looking for somebody newer and younger. Her ratings are struggling. And she goes in for a physical at her doctor's office, and the guy giving her the physical says, "You'd be a good candidate." And he gives her a card, and she calls this number on this card, and they say, "We're going to send you a video. Watch it and decide what you want to do with it." So she watches this video, and it explains that utilizing her own body's DNA, her own genetic coding, that they can regenerate her more youthful. Everything's younger. They say it's you, only better. They don't explain how that works or anything. So she fills out the application process and everything, and then she gets a deal in the mail that says you've been accepted. 503, and it tells her where to go. And she goes to this place, and it's just this bank. It looks like a post office box center. And she goes over and finds 503, puts the card in front of it, opens it, and there's a box inside. She takes it home, and there are a series of injections and this IV setup. And so then it shows her butt naked in the bathroom, and it's not pretty, because it's old. And she puts this injection into her of this stuff, and she freaks out, has a physical event, and it shows her cornea separating and another one appearing.
Ooh.
And then looking around and moving, and then her whole back splits open, and this other younger self crawls out. Well, the younger self is her, but it's dependent on the older body. So there's this 7 days of the younger, and then she has to be 7 days of the older, feeding itself. And then she collects spinal fluid out of the older it's this whole thing. And of course, she begins to resent the older one,
Of course.
It's horrific what happens. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Chance of rain to continue with a high near 75. It is 66 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 15 minutes, but we're talking about made-up holidays.
Like today's Christopher Columbus Day.
If you could make up your own, though,
What would it be?
what would it entail?
623-1025 to call or text.
Or you can tell us on Facebook
Here's Russell Dickerson.
on KIX 102.5. So what happens when she doesn't follow the protocol and they warn her? There can be no exceptions. You have to, one time she wants to stay out an extra day as the young girl. So she goes and draws another, even though that body is starving there because it's not getting its food. She draws another collection vial of the spinal fluid to put into herself, and she's better instantly. But the body, when she wakes up, one whole hand has withered and done this. So it becomes this thing that goes on and on and on and on and on.
Right.
Until the body is just this decrepit, like most ancient hag that is naked in this special room she's built off of her bathroom, just in there, for days at a time. And they end up fighting each other, which there's where the movie breaks down because they are the same person, the same consciousness, but they end up both awake at the same time somehow.
Right.
And it is the most horrific, gory, gross thing I think I've ever seen in a movie. What happens eventually, they merge into this one creature-like thing. And I do not recommend this movie, by the way. It is the most graphic, gross. Anybody remember the old Reanimator movie?
No.
It's like if you'd seen Reanimator, which is based on a, what is the name of the H.P. Lovecraft story? And it was very graphic. At the time, it was considered cutting edge for special effects and everything. This is like a million times past that. A million times past it. But it reminded me, a lot of the effects they did, like at one point, the girl, she's having to make a public appearance for New Year's Eve. It's the big "you have arrived" event for her career. Mm-hmm. But her body and face and everything are destroyed. There's a Demi Moore face coming out of her over here. There's boobs coming out of her eyeballs and stuff. You know, it's just the most. At the very end, and I don't feel like I'm giving a spoiler alert, there's one point where the face that is still moving and talking and everything is kind of crawling across the floor in this slime thing before it finally melts. Do not watch this movie. And I recommend horror movies, but this one is so disgusting. I felt ill afterwards.
Yeah.
So I thought we had to sign that for you week after next.
No. No.
It is really, it's too much.
Ugh.
It's on HBO Max if you want to go watch it, but
No, I'm good there.
Woody, I don't necessarily recommend it. It's just disgusting.
Bryson says, Randy, you go down some random rabbit holes with movies.
Oh, well, you
Yes,
know,
he does.
I watch a lot of movies. I feel like a responsibility. It's partly my job to know what these are about, unlike some people, to be able to talk about them and give information on them. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, that one.
It's called Substance, right?
Substance. It's about the substance that your own body produces. It's your own. It's you, only better.
You only better.
And
Eventually you die from it, sounds like, really.
well,
Because you can only pull so much from yourself.
she meets someone else that has done it, and it's when they're in the old person mode.
Yeah.
And the guy, they're at a restaurant, you know, she's there after getting her kit and everything, and he goes, "It's difficult, isn't it?" And she goes, "What is?" He goes, "The 7 days." And she realizes all of a sudden who he was. She's seen him before as the young person. And she realizes, and this one is so old. She's not at that point yet. But Demi Moore is, I will say, is great in this. And I don't think I've ever heard of her ever being in a horror movie. And also, she's really getting old.
How old is she now?
I don't know, but you see every old aspect of her. Every aspect of her.
She's 62.
62.
So she's about your age.
Well, she looks really good for 62. I am not. Where's my stupid? I mean, the movie Striptease, you remember that?
No.
Of course she doesn't, but that was
Does
a
she
big
striptease
deal.
in it?
Oh, yeah, because Demi Moore is naked in this. Not like
Morning,
she is
Kathy.
in this movie. In this movie, I've just got out of the shower and I'm examining myself in front of the mirror. It's that level.
Yeah.
And the camera helps you. And you're thinking, oh, that might be it. No, it is not. And the same with the younger her, which I thought just felt really inappropriate, really way too graphic. This was rated R, but it should have been rated NC-17, I feel like.
Greg says National Mental Health Day every Monday.
That would be great. Although
and then
you'd-
Tuesday would be the new Monday.
Yeah, you'd
and
need a mental health day for Tuesday then.
It just snowballs eventually, you know.
Thanks for coming in, Adams. Good seeing you, buddy.
Take care, Adam. Have a great day. Stay dry.
Keep your hair dry. Because you know what happens.
Not like that one time. Not again.
Not again.
Run, baby, run. You know what I realized this weekend?
That farts do stink.
Farts do stink. That's true. I realized that long before this
It's
weekend.
clinically proven functional.
That's what you keep saying. I sometimes wonder if maybe I don't feel like I am too strict with this, but the number of other parents who just allow their kids to download whatever app they want or play whatever video game they. Okay, now, Mike. Or play whatever video game they want unsupervised. We're just not those parents at all. We had a very, very busy Saturday with
Good.
play dates and
I
sleepovers.
admire parents.
And
Here's the problem. Parents all too often allow their consciences to be their guide when it comes to parenting, and that is so wrong. So wrong. Your job is not to be the pleaser for your children or the friend
No,
for
not
your
at all.
children. Your job is to make the hard decisions in spite of how it makes you feel.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard so many times from parents, well, all of their friends get to do it. So I just feel bad not letting them do this or do that. Well, you're not a good parent.
yeah.
You're not. You're considering your feelings above their well-being. And you're not.
7
Sorry.
seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
And we're talking about made-up holidays.
623-1025. What would your made-up holiday be?
Because Christopher Columbus Day is a made-up holiday, let's be honest.
And it's already taken. You can't do that one.
So what would yours be?
623-1025 or tell us on Facebook.
Here's Jump Party.
On KIX 102.5. So do your kids have cell phones?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Right.
They've asked, and they've asked for it.
Are you going to give them cell phones?
No. I mean,
Beautiful.
we've talked about it when they start driving. So like 16. But
A flip phone. Not a
something,
smartphone.
no, not a smartphone. A basic
The
phone where they could call
problem
out.
is unmonitored access to the internet. And let me tell you, if you give them a phone and you're not with them every single second, that's unmonitored access to the
Sure.
internet. Is going to damage them. It's going to create problems. First opportunity they get, they are going to push past those boundaries because that's what kids do. They want, and the security is are the boundaries that you provide for them.
Sure.
And they're looking for the acknowledgement of that security.
Right. And so one of my kids had a play date this weekend, and I had previously talked to this mother of this child about what video games she allows her kids to play, what kind of monitoring is done, and things like that. I'm also that parent. I don't just let my kids go off and hang out with anybody.
Good on you.
But this mom was very, like, I felt like we were on the exact same page about things, and I was like, okay, this will be great. And then my kid gets home, and we're talking about what they did, and they were downloading apps onto the little boy's phone, and the mom was not even in the room with him at the point.
Holy
this was going
cow.
on.
So she's a hypocrite. Says one thing, does a completely other.
And then they were also, we don't let our kids play Roblox because Roblox is very it's unfiltered. It's not monitored well. And there was a lot of adult content that really evil people try to sneak in there. So we do not play that in our house. And we've made it very clear to
Minecraft
friends.
was the same way.
So Minecraft, we have a single server that we play in-house.
Okay,
That's it.
that's
We
fine.
don't go out and play.
Right.
So
You should not be doing that with any game, by the way.
Yeah. And we made that very clear. We don't do that. We don't want our kids playing that. If you do that with your kid, that's fine. But while my child is there, I don't want them doing that. And found out that my kid was also doing Roblox and stuff this weekend. And I don't know. It was just such a weird feeling. I'm like, we even talked about this.
And what's their excuse?
And I thought we were
Did
on
you
the same
contact
page.
her and talk to her?
No, we haven't. I've tried really hard to take a step back and really think over, why do I feel this way? What can I say? What needs to happen next? I am never a person to just jump in, unless my child is in danger. Which that's a whole other ballgame. But it's one of those things where it's like I want to make sure, one, that my child knows what they're saying, and I want to make sure it really happened, and then I want to make sure. I don't know. It was just weird.
Hold on. We'll come back more about this. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 820.
Chance of rain to continue with highs in the mid-70s. It is 66 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast, see how long the rain's going to last in just 6 minutes.
But we're talking about made-up holidays.
Since Columbus Day is a made-up holiday.
Yeah, if you could make up your own holiday, what would it be? What would it entail?
623-1025 to text or tell us yours.
Or tell us on Facebook.
What would your made-up holiday be?
I believe we ought to have National Teenagers That Know Everything go to work for their parents' day while I stay home and play video games.
Look at you thinking big brain.
Yes. You know what? I know one that I think you could line up. She could run the company.
Well, you're blessed.
No, don't I know it every few minutes?
Bitter dad, party of two. Bitter dad, party of two.
Oh, right here. That's me. That's me right here. 623-1025.
What would your made-up holiday be?
It would be Happy Day
Oh, I like that. Is it where you have to be happy all day?
all day.
Maniacally.
That is not what she meant.
Is it like called Celexa Day or whatever
that's
the
what it
drug
is.
is that they give you on that day?
What would your made-up holiday be?
National Men's House Cleaning Day.
Yeah.
You're going to come over and clean a man's house? Is that what you said?
Oh, hell no.
Well, that's what you said. You said man's house cleaning
Oh,
day. So
no,
you'd come
no,
over and
no.
clean a man's house.
Oh, no. See, we women, we clean the house all the time.
Yeah, we do.
So National Men's House Cleaning Day would be a day where the tables get turned and y'all clean the house for once.
If you just need your tables turned, I mean, we can do that. We can come over and do that if you just need the furniture rearranged.
Twist in our words.
What I understand is the dishwasher.
No, see, I do it all by hand. I ain't got no fancy schmancy dishwasher.
Oh, let me tell you, I have got a fancy schmancy dishwasher, and I know how to load her, too.
Randy, bro. Oh, my Lanta.
She's at work. She don't know.
What? What would your made-up holiday be?
Children's Day.
Children's Day. Don't they have enough holidays already? I mean, Christmas is for kids.
We have Mother's Day, Father's Day, Grandparents' Day. Why can't we have a Kids' Day?
Why can't we have Gin Day if we're going that far?
No.
Well, if you were a kid or a mother or a grandmother or a father, you'd have your own day.
You know, mentally, she is a
What?
child.
No, Randy, no. I'm just young at heart.
Well, then we need to have her a Children's Day.
Yeah, as long as we don't have to have children on that day.
No, but we have to appreciate the ones we have already.
Or that other people have. Whatever.
We're talking about made-up holidays today. Like, what would yours be if you could make one up?
623-1025 or tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Morning, Jack. Welcome back.
So, nothing irritates me more than hearing a parent say, well, all of their friends do it. I just feel so bad because I'm the only parent doing this. No, you don't feel bad. You're doing this kind of parenting so you won't feel so bad. You're putting your own feelings ahead of your child's welfare, and how selfish it is to see a parent do like that. But there's so many, and this is what's wrong with the world. I mean, literally, parenting kids being brought up because they are products of their environment, and
Right.
you are going to reap the rewards of this.
There has to be discipline and there has to be boundaries.
So I know a particular parent that made the decision to get their kids a cell phone. It had some restrictions on it and stuff, but he had access to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, but it's only for a limited time each day, and it's just so he can be social with his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? That's not their role at that point in their life.
Right.
But he asked me what I thought about it, and I said, I think it's a mistake. I think if you're giving them internet access of any kind that you're not right there with them, that it's just a mistake. They're going to find a way to manipulate that, to exploit that. Within 2 years, the kid was on porn. They found him all over porn sites. Let me tell you, the damage from that exposure will never go away. It will be affecting decisions he makes in his mid-30s. That kind of exposure, especially right now where the brain is still in its formative cycle. This isn't just Randy talking. These are scientific studies that have showed the formations in the brain that happen at this age from that exposure.
And here's the deal. You don't necessarily have to go to those specific websites to seek that stuff out too. Because if you go to like Twitter, for example,
It's all over.
it's already on there and the video will immediately load and start playing.
Yeah.
So even if you are simply trying to go through your timeline, if someone else that you follow has reblogged it, you are automatically exposed to it. If there are certain, we are very particular. We have YouTube Kids that we let our kids have access to while we are there with them.
Yeah.
Because there are people who go through YouTube videos and they will have kids content. Halfway through, they will put, whether it's porn or someone getting, stabbed or something malicious.
Yeah, there are people out there trying to hurt your kids.
And I know some people think that's crazy and it's a conspiracy, whatever. But the reality is people like that exist and there is content like that out there and it's too accessible when you have this here with you at your fingertips.
And this particular family was allowing this boy to have the phone in his room at night.
Ooh.
And the reason that he got caught was he had started soliciting girls, the kid's 14 years old, soliciting girls through Messenger with inappropriate pictures and things like that.
No.
And it had become a thing. And, I just told you the story about the psychopath that had stabbed his friend in the school bathroom. And you're like, what happens to these kids that bring them to this point?
Right.
this kind of parenting is what brings them to that point. People who rape and don't feel any consciousness of it is because of the damage that was done during these formative years. You have a responsibility. We talk about pet ownership. Doesn't even come near this. You have a huge responsibility for the future for that child, and to not take it any more seriously or to be so selfish that you're so concerned about how you feel disgusts me. And when I found out about the boy and what had happened, I wanted to go say, see, I told you.
Right.
But I did not.
So
because really, to what end?
Right. So we had to sit down with our kiddo last night and have a conversation about
why you can't.
Why we don't do those things.
Yeah.
Why we don't play these games. Why we don't let you just have unfiltered access to things like apps on, your phone. These are things that we just don't do. And here's why. And obviously, of course, my kid wanted to, they don't always get it. Well, nothing happened, Mom.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. It was fine.
It was okay.
Okay, but what was it though? And if it was fine this time, what about the next time?
They're okay. It doesn't hurt them.
Right. They get to do it all the time. I don't care. That's them. That's their parents.
And they may not like you over it. Big deal. That is
Right.
not the goal for your kid to like you.
Right.
That is your goal is to raise a healthy, well-balanced child. And if they hate you because of that, I promise you, they will eventually come back someday and say, I get it. I understand.
Yeah, Christy says, you're not their friend. You're their parent first.
That is, some people just don't get that, Christy. Or they refuse to.
Right.
They're so selfish. And let's be honest, that's what it is. It is selfishness. I'm more concerned about how it makes me feel.
Yeah, it's all feelings driven. Absolutely.
Disgusts me. You should not have children.
And I'm just saying, and it is incredibly hard. And I don't say that to make light of the situation,
No.
because it is really, really hard.
And let's say, number one, I was the biggest failure at that as a parent. I was very selfish. This is me looking back, hindsight. I did not do it right. I wish I had known and understand the things I'm talking about now. Luckily, my girls turned out pretty good in spite of that.
Yeah.
In spite of me. But they are an exception. Internet was not as accessible then as it is now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, Jack says, y'all speaking the truth, even though I'm not a dad yet, I'll be raising my child the same way as my parents raised me.
Do not have internet. And you better have every block possible. There is an app called Accountable to You. It's $10 a month. It tracks every single thing they do on their device, which I would not give them internet access at all. But on that, you can monitor and see everything. In spite of that, I will say there are vulnerabilities to any guardrail system that you set up. So you put them at risk whenever you do that.
Bryson says, my parents always said, you can hate me now. That's my job, but you'll thank me later.
Yes.
Yeah. Greg says, my brushes. What?
What? My brushes?
Sarah says, same Randy. I was not the best parent. I said I wanted to do things a certain way, but did terrible at follow through.
Yeah, that's the hard thing.
That's
Consistency
really hard.
and follow through are your two main jobs as a parent. State the thing, be consistent, and then follow through. Because you get tired. My bruises beg to differ. Bruises?
What do you mean, Greg? I know my... that's a conversation that Kyle and I have had several times, because he gets frustrated because he's like, we've already had this conversation with them. They got to know. And
you got to do it over and over and
You've got to be so
over.
consistent and diligent in it, and you've got to be steadfast.
He strikes
you cannot
me
waver even once.
as he would be the one concerned about feelings, how it makes him feel. Dads oftentimes are.
To a point, he gets worn down. He is very much of the Marine mindset of like, I told you to do something. There you go. That's it.
Do you see that here too sometimes?
Yeah.
Not a lot of patience. What do you say? I don't suffer incompetence very often.
Yeah. And that's just what he expects. But that's just not how people are.
No.
Especially children.
You have to follow up. You have to follow through. The one thing I did teach, I think I did well, is teaching my girls to work. They learned how to work. I learned how to work. They will never, ever suffer for a work ethic. They all have strong work ethic.
Greg says his daughter is violent.
My daughter is violent. Yeah, she is. She will hurt you if you're not careful, you know. And what she does in play and stuff is not representative of what I think comes out when the chips are down.
Yeah. Jack says, nope, their first phone will be an old flip phone just like mine was. Yeah.
But, and that's the thing about having parents, is when one is worn down, the other one can come in and reinforce and reshore up and remind them of what their job is, what their task is. That's teamwork as parents.
That's part of being a partner.
Yeah.
You know?
Is when the one is worn down, the other one can come in and remind them of their role and responsibilities. And the same for the other. Boy, we went down this rabbit hole, didn't we? But, man, don't get me going on selfish parents.
But I'm glad that we talked about it because it was just kind of an isolating feeling, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. I think you are the rarity. Once upon a time, this was how people parented, and the world was better because of it. Now, I think it's the exception. There are too many people that have been raised themselves to be self-centered, selfish. How does this make me feel?
Honestly, I don't know a single one of my kids' closest friends who don't have their own cell phone.
See, and that's because there's parents who well, it makes me feel bad when they don't have. I just want to poke their eyeballs out with a pen.
Why does a 9-year-old need their own phone?
Huh? KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
So in honor of Christopher Columbus Day, which is basically just a made-up holiday anyway.
What did he do?
What would your own made-up holiday be? What would it entail?
623-1025 to text or tell us.
Here's Lee Bryce.
On KIX. I will say, out of all of my daughters, all of their problems, besides the ones with their dad, his own selfishness, came from cell phones. The big events in their lives happened as a result of cell phones.
But why does a 9-year-old need a cell phone?
They do not.
And I know that there are kids younger than them.
6-year-olds with cell phones.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it takes the load off the parent. I guarantee you there's a selfish reason in there somewhere. It's either all their friends get to do it. I feel bad because I'm not letting them do it, or it keeps them busy while I'm doing what I want to do.
Greg says, mind you, my kid didn't get a phone until he was 13.
Greg, that's too young. I guarantee you'll have problems as a result of that. That is too young. And why does a 13-year-old need a kid? To communicate with us. Give them a flip phone. They do not need smartphones. They do not need internet access without a parent there. And you're going to have problems as a result of it.
Right.
You will.
Chris,
if you've not had already, I would bet. In fact, I would be pretty confident in saying I bet you have.
Christy says, I was tough on my kids, but I was a single mom raising 2 on my own, so I was mom and dad.
Then get him a flip phone. He does not need a smartphone. No child needs a smartphone, and I will stand by that until the day I die. No child does.
Playing multiple sports and times and location was always an issue with hoping the school would let us know when and where on time, plus him watching his younger brother on certain days.
Yep, totally. Communication is necessary, but a smartphone that has internet access is not.
Right.
There are other alternatives. You give him a smartphone with internet access, you're going to have problems.
You need communication. You need to be able to make a phone call.
Okay, that's good. No internet access. That's smart.
What about Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Can he get on Wi-Fi? Is it a smartphone? They do not need a smartphone. They will find a way to circumvent whatever security you put on a smartphone.
Sarah says, Ryan got a cell at 10 years old, but the boys were home alone for about an hour or two between Jason and my work schedule.
Hey, it only takes like 5-10 minutes to get on and see something. You don't need an hour. I would worry about that. I, again, do not think this is responsible. The formative years and what you're protecting is brain formation. And again, this is not me talking. These are actual studies that have been done on brain formation.
Yeah, she says she regrets it now.
They manipulated that. They circumvented it, didn't they?
Hold on.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:36.
Chance of rain to continue with highs in the mid-70s. It is 66 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in the next hour. Plus, Morning KIX Takeover Monday edition. Who doesn't need their favorite song to start off their week?
Well, that's exactly what this is. You go on the KIX app or the KIX website, and you vote on the songs you want to hear. You make your picks, and then we start playing them back for at 8:50.
But we're talking today, since it's Columbus Day and it's a made-up holiday.
If you could make up your own holiday, what would it be?
National Cuddle on the Couch with Your Dog Day.
Cuddle on the
what a
couch with your
perfect
dog.
day.
Wait, what if your dog farts all the time?
I got a bloodhound. She just kind of tells you
Drools.
her name all the time.
Drools.
Drools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what if you don't have a dog?
Go get someone else's
Then
dog.
you go steal a dog.
There you go.
Why
right.
did you guys have the same idea?
Because
there?
it's a good idea, Jen.
It's a good idea. I mean,
623-1025.
What would your made-up holiday be?
A National Touch Luke Bryan Day would be nice.
Hey,
You
inappropriate.
betcha.
However, it's illegal.
A National Touch Eric Church Day would be
lady.
greater.
Yeah, that would be
Ooh.
even better.
Ladies,
And he can
come
talk
on.
to me.
Ooh,
Oh, and I listen
Yeah.
to that voice.
Do you
And those
understand?
sunglasses.
Do you understand what female chauvinist you guys
Randy,
are being
stop it.
right
You're
now?
not a part of the conversation.
Disgrace.
Go to the corner.
I'm
Go
going.
to
I'm
the
going
corner.
right now.
You know, National Eric Church Day.
Eric Church all day.
Disgraceful. Could you imagine Eric Church, poor guy, having bruises and red spots all over his body
come
from
on.
being repeatedly
What
touched?
would your made-up holiday be?
I have two just for you, Randy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. National Green Bean Casserole Day.
No.
Yes.
No, that's disgusting.
Or National Bring Your Snake to Work Day.
How about National Where Do You Want a New Door Day?
Do you think maybe we could combine these days into one?
Wait a minute.
No, because you got to give him 2 days a year.
No.
Yeah.
That happens. I'm leaving this planet. I'll go find somewhere else to live.
Have a good day.
What would your made-up holiday be?
I'm saying we need Super Bowl Monday, or for that matter, we need every Monday.
Okay,
Every
I agree.
Monday.
Give us every Monday off, please.
But
and thank you.
especially Super Bowl Monday. That just makes sense.
Then you don't have to worry about calling in anyway.
Yeah, I'm not going to work anyways the day after Super Bowl.
Might as well just have it be a national holiday.
That's one of the most make sense ideas ever.
I think so, too.
Why is it not a thing yet?
I think inevitably one day it will be.
About the time they quit doing the time change?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So what is your made-up holiday? If you could make one up and we could all have to follow it, what would it be? What would we celebrate?
623-1025 to text or tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Greg says he can't access anything on the internet-wise, but he can use YouTube Kids and Spotify.
Not without the internet, he can't. Greg, you understand you got to have the internet to use both of those things. Well, he can't access a browser, maybe. They will find a way to break through your guardrail.
Can't you just use a VPN to get on one of those?
A VPN is that internet access. Do you guys not understand what the internet is?
But I thought you could use, if you have like a VPN
That allows one port?
to circumvent to get on the internet.
Yes, you
So
can
even
use a
if you-
VPN. Yeah.
Even if you block the browser, they
And
use
you
the
think
VPN
you're
and then
smarter
they can get
than
on.
your kid when it comes to internet access. You are naive. They are way smarter on you, and they've got friends that are helping them circumvent, that are figuring out ways, and you're like, well, that's not my kid. My kid's not like that. Your kid will constantly test your boundaries. Someday, I guarantee you'll come to me, or maybe you won't, but you'll be thinking, man, I wish I hadn't given them that.
And YouTube Kids, again, like I said before, that's what we have for our kids. We are always watching it with them just because
There is bad
excuse me,
stuff on
there are
YouTube
people who
Kids.
sneak bad things into YouTube Kids, and it's so sad.
What is your job? Is it your job to entertain your children, to give them access to this, that, and the other? Or is it your job to protect your kids? What is your job?
Right.
Then do your job. Mm-hmm. You don't have to give me reasons or excuses for why you do what you do. Just do your job. And take it from someone who did not do his job as a parent. You're going to pay for it.
Randy's blood pressure is raising with every
Oh, my
word.
goodness. Nothing makes me more irritated than someone who will try to justify these decisions. And I guarantee you it always comes back to all of their friends get to do it. It makes me feel bad. I would give anything for parents. I admire so much parents who put their own feelings aside for the betterment of their kids.
Greg, I'm aware he can't access anything due to parent controls. Even if he tries, we had a notification.
Let me tell you how I circumvented my parent controls. Okay, so I was too young for the internet, but when I got older and we established parent controls for the kids, I knew ways around those. There are ways around this stuff. If you put it in front of them, they will figure out a way to get access. Create any excuse you want, Greg, or anybody else. They will find a way around it. And someday, I expect you to say, you were right when it happens. Hi there, Morning Kicks.
Howdy. I was calling about the national holiday today.
Yes, what would your made-up holiday be?
Well, I'm from Dublin, and there's like so many female bikers and all that, and so it's kind of fun. So I wanted a National Biker Chicks Day.
National
that's
Biker
fun.
Chicks
I like
Day.
that.
Yeah, but none of those chaps with the fronts and backs cut out. That's weird.
No.
I'm saying it's weird.
I know. I just wear blue jeans. It's fine.
Yeah,
There you go. Maybe she's not. Thanks for calling.
All right, have a good one.
All right.
I thought that was a fake person, but I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either.
Hi there, Morning Kicks. What would your made-up holiday be?
A lazy day, just an absolute lazy day. You don't want to do anything. You don't have to do anything.
Well, now, wait a minute. Wait
Sounds
a minute.
good to
For
me.
some of us, Jen, they would be
Okay,
no
hey, wait a
different than
second.
any other day.
Lazy.
I think you deserve one of those days, but not all of them.
If it's a national holiday, just once a year. One day a year.
Mother's Day, even I have to go ahead and help the kids
Mm-hmm.
do their stuff.
Right.
It's not necessarily a lazy day.
Well-
It's a lazy day, one day a year.
You know,
Yes, ma'am.
as we've been talking off air, you don't get a day off from parenting.
I know, but one lazy day
Nope.
where the kids try to take over and do lunch.
Should have used birth control.
lunch.
Thanks for calling.
And Megan says, protect, instill principles, and stay consistent.
That's your job.
And the consistency is hard.
Nowhere in that does it
Really hard.
does make sure they're entertained, make sure that they have things to capture their attention. That is not part of any of that. Number one is this. And if any of those things that you are allowing them could put them at risk or would put them at risk, then it's wrong. You're not doing your job. Say what you want. Try to justify it any way you want, but you're not doing your job.
Bryson says, if they don't have a dog, come see our local French and English breeder, Bryson. Who doesn't have a dog?
What are you
Who needs a
talking
dog?
about, Bryson?
Don't Frenchies have their own day?
Yes, and that's stupid. So what is this deal about your cactus?
Oh my gosh. So I have this cactus, and he was just kind of a little bloop. One little bloop.
Notice she gives it pronoun
Yes.
status.
And over the summer, I moved him into a bigger pot and put him outside in the sun, and he has flourished, which is great because I can just forget he exists.
What did you say he had done?
Flourished.
Flourished. Mm-hmm. He says they have, or she says they have flourished.
Yes.
Flourished.
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 Whatever.
Flourished. Flourished.
The point is, he's doing great.
Yeah. Anyway.
And so now he's got his main little body and multiple arms coming up everywhere. It's so exciting.
Is he Seguro?
I don't know what he is, to be real honest with you. I don't know. But he's doing great. And he's getting too big for his pot. He kept falling over and falling
Big
over.
for his britches.
Uh-huh. And so I had a bigger pot that I was going to move him into. Last time I moved him, I had prickles all up and down my fingers. So I was like, okay, we're going to be
Little
smart about
hair
this.
likes.
Yes. We're going to wear gloves. It's going to be great.
So which one is he?
The flat one.
It's a prickly pear. That's a prickly pear.
Okay, he's a prickly pear. He looks.
This is what I had in my front yard that I fell into one night.
This is what he looks like.
Yep, that's prickly pear.
Lots of arms going up everywhere.
Yep.
And
She's growing a prickly pear.
I'm growing a prickly.
They grow wild everywhere.
I don't
in most
care.
Of Missouri.
I love him, and he's just getting so big, and
Has
it's
he
so
produced
exciting.
fruit yet?
No,
You
will
can
he?
eat that.
Oh,
yes.
that's
Little
exciting.
orange, look like persimmons.
So he was getting very big for his pot, constantly falling over. So we moved him into a bigger pot yesterday.
Flourished.
I wore gloves. And as I took them off, I could still see the prickles in my stinking fingers. I was so mad.
They're microscopic, some of them. You just don't handle cactus. There is no way to get around that.
Oh, the National Dog Day y'all were just talking about. And Randy said, steal your neighbor's dog. Okay, I'm with you now.
So I came home one night back when I was playing in my bar days.
Thank you, Sarah.
And had a little too much to drinky. And the house we lived at that time was the one that was down in the ground. Well, it had a great long sidewalk that went the entire length of the house, and then the door was around to the side.
Right.
There was a rock garden there in between the house and that sidewalk. And in that were a couple of those creeper hedges that are on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then this huge multi-branched cactus. I mean, it was at times 6 feet tall, had over 500 or 600 arms.
How'd you keep it alive in the winter, though?
Didn't do anything to it. Never did a thing to it. It had flowers in the spring.
Ooh.
It would all winter long. It thrived. I had never seen a cactus like this in Missouri, but it was fine. And I never had to do a thing to it.
Nice.
Every now and then, arms would die and fall off, but for the most part, it flourished. I fell into that thing.
Oh, no.
It had been snowing, and I couldn't really see where the sidewalk was.
Oh, no.
And I fell into it, and my wife spent the next 2.5 hours at 2 o'clock in the morning pulling those out of me with tweezers. And each one felt like it had a barb on it. Oh, it hurt.
That sucks.
They were in my clothing, so when I pulled my shirt off, it was pulling them, Oh, it was horrible.
Well, thankfully, mine were just in my hands.
Oh.
And so I was trying to pull it out, and then both kids were like, no, Mom, let me try to pull it out.
It's blocking the word prick on prickly pear.
Mm-hmm. Adam made a comment earlier about being bald, and it also...
That's what that was. I couldn't figure out what he was saying. Jimmy, did you look in the mirror?
Some can grow here in our zone. There's a few wild ones down by Grand Lake. So I don't know what to do. Do I bring my little cactus inside in the winter?
No. They grow naturally here in Missouri. The winter does not affect them. They go dormant. They won't be doing
It's not
productive
going to
growth.
kill him?
No, it will not kill them.
If my prickly pear dies after having the best summer ever, I will be so sad.
I mean, you could bring it in and it might not go into dormancy, but they will be fine in the winter. Prickly pears, you can ask, do prickly pears grow in the winter? Look it up in Missouri.
Okay.
Cactus in the desert. I don't know if you've ever been in the desert at night, trying to hide a body and stuff. It's cold out there.
No.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:50.
Chance of rain to continue with a high near 75. It is 66 in Joplin.
And we've got the morning KIX takeover starting in just 3 minutes.
So make sure to go on the KIX app or the KIX website and vote on the songs that you want to hear this morning.
But we're talking today about your made-up holiday. If you could make up your own holiday, what would it be? What would it entail?
Because today's basically a made-up holiday anyway.
Yeah, Columbus Day.
Come on.
What did he do?
623-1025 to call or text.
What would your made-up holiday be?
National Farmers or Farm Workers Day.
Hey, that'd be a great holiday. There ought to be that already.
Them people work
Them people?
so hard.
Would you give him the day off then?
We really don't get a day off.
That's right. I think everybody else ought to have to go plow a field on National Farmers Day.
I think it's a great idea.
Except for me. I would be
hold
exempt
on.
from that because I came up with the day.
What would your national holiday be?
Disciplinary.
Disciplinary?
Yeah, for any kid that has their pants hanging to their knees, you walk up behind them and smack them on the back of the head.
It's a national day to smack them.
Yes.
You just like giving spankings, don't you?
When they need it, yeah.
Does it have to be only one day?
We can do it every day.
What would your made-up holiday be?
National Pizza Day, to where everyone
Dave.
gets at least one free pizza.
Yeah, Jen, Dave's full of great ideas like this. Who's going to provide this, Dave?
All the pizza restaurants.
I thought you was going to say the government. I was like, yeah, government pizza. That's what we want. Give me some good old government pizza.
Government doesn't know how to make the right
That's
pizza.
what you get in the school systems, government pizza.
Yeah, school food. That's what they roof houses with now.
That's
is
true.
Government pizza.
What would your made-up holiday be?
Caregivers Day, whether it's your babysitter, whether it's somebody taking care of your elderly grandfather, your pet, whatever.
Of all the people that need some recognition,
Yes, they do, and they don't have them.
I think that would be a good one.
I think so, too.
Tell us what your made-up holiday would be if you could have your own made-up holiday.
You can text us at 623-1025 or tell us on Facebook.
Morning KIX Takeover's getting ready to start in just 3 minutes.
On the 4 states, number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5. Album quality Metallica tribute. That's so specific.
What? Oh, did I mess up?
Yeah, you did. You burned it down.
Oh, I did.
What'd you do?
Oh. So today is conference day for my kids, and one of their teachers had the wrong start time. And so I had signed up for the very first conference time. And instead of addressing me directly to let me know, she put up a blanket post just saying, hey, if you were signed up at this time, you need to go back and fix it. I don't know why I wasn't just messaged. When did she make this? Oh, she just said it this morning. Gosh darn it. That's why I was so confused. All right. And now I've seen... Where did it go? Oh, I've lost the post. So what is the actual time? Okay. But this says it every single... I'm so confused now. So they have the sign-up sheet here on the app. And according to this, she doesn't have a single... Okay, Beans got moved. I don't know. I'm just going to message her and ask because I am so confused.
What's happened? Everything's been changed?
Well, she said that everybody had been moved back 15 minutes. And then she sent up a follow-up message and said, actually, no one's time had changed except for the parents who were starting too early. And then there's a new sign-up sheet up, but there's nobody signed up. I don't know. I'm just going to message her.
Gosh, what a mess.
And I had made it the time that I did because I've got to go to different schools now.
Mm-hmm. It's her world. You just get to live in it.
Okay, let me make sure. I got to make sure that I can even get to both schools in time.
So tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the luckiest thing that's ever happened to you. And we're talking about luck, not real luck. So could be winning something. You dodged a bullet, maybe.
Dodged an actual bullet.
Maybe. I would say it's pretty lucky.
Look at this poor little shriveled up prickly pear
What?
This cactus in the winter is so sad looking. It's all shriveled up and flipped over. But they're all shriveled up. Do they unshrivel after winter?
Okay. Native eastern prickly pear cactus can live through Missouri winter just fine, as it is a cold, hardy native to the state. To ensure it survives, plant it in a location with excellent drainage. Needs to be dry. And the thing that damages it is over moisturizing. So too much snow, too much water, that can damage it. The cold temperature does not affect it.
See, this is why I'm so good, because I can forget about this plant, and he loves it when
the pads may collapse or look shriveled in the winter, but they will recover and grow new pads and reflesh out during the spring. So look here at this picture. Here it is with snow all over it. It looks just fine. I've seen fields in Missouri like this. We had a field near my house and our neighbor's farm. Well, that's because it's wintertime. That's when they go into their dormancy.
So even if he gets all shriveled up, he'll come back.
We will come back fine. There was this field. We could not walk across it. We avoided it like the plague. It was in our neighbor's, one of his fields. And it was just like, 500 square yards of nothing but prickly pear cactus.
Does he have to be in the ground, or can he be in a pot?
He can be in a pot.
He's just in a pot.
Yeah, that's fine. But he will grow fine in the ground as long as it's drained properly. So tomorrow we're going to talk about the luckiest thing that's ever happened to you. There'll be more Dylan Scott tickets up for grabs. Plus, I've got a big announcement first thing in the morning, so be sure and set your alarm and get up early.
Is it concert tickets?
Well, we already know Dylan Scott tickets, but it's another big announcement, okay? So you want to make sure that you're awake early, bright and early for that. We'll do that at around 6:10 in the morning.
Okay.
So
Don't
get up early. You can go back to bed afterwards for a few more minutes if you want, but you need to be up at 6:10 to hear this.
Okay.
So have a great rest of your day, everybody.
Bye.